No one thinks about their medical records until they need them. A woman came to us through our system and she lost her husband to cancer. And there was a doctor along the way that said, there's an x-ray that shows you should have been informed of this 2 years ago. And nobody informed anybody. And she could not get that x-ray just so that she could see if what this doctor was saying was true. Like, could we have saved my husband?
Most people don't understand the medical record industry. You don't know, and they don't want you to know.
When you're representing somebody who's been injured, these records are absolutely the most imperative thing in the case. If we're going to trial from these medical records, I'm gonna get 3D graphic design. Say it's a brain injury. I need a rotating actual brain or imaging that can show these injuries. And those all came from the medical records themselves. I can't tell you how many cases I had where I wanted so badly to help my client, but no, I can't, because I can't get medical records. It was absolutely heartbreaking and defeating.
What the industry that's created is doing is holding those records hostage for money. It's a $10 billion a year industry created to prevent you from accessing your records without dotting the I's, crossing the T's, and paying the money. And they don't care about your health. It's not purpose-driven, it's profit-driven.
I met Chris in the driveway of my cousin's house. We got into a deep conversation about what he did for a living. Probably assumed I didn't know what you're talking about.
Right, you know, it's a niche industry. I work in providers and I help get medical records, and she's immediately went sour.
Yeah, my head exploded instantly. Like,
So,
what did you just say?
What? No, we're doing people good. We're getting them the records. Yeah, and you charge how much? Well, lawyers have all the money, so what? And she says, well, do you know that all of those costs get passed on to the patient? And I did not know that.
Say those records cost $10,000. That patient is dipping into their settlement to pay for those records, taking money out of their pockets that they absolutely need.
I spent 20 years of my career building one of the largest nationwide companies that charge quite a bit of money to release these records.
20 years basically fleecing patients.
And it was gut-wrenching.
I mean, right here. It hit me right here. That was the moment for me. All the things she's trained to do, and you can't do it because of a medical record?
Right.
Why? That cannot be something that stops her.
Chris is a fixer, man. If he can fix it, he's gonna fix it.
And at that moment, I decided I'm gonna fix this problem.
Justice is directly correlated with what is inside of those records. And ChartSquad was formed to make sure that justice is served. Had a little conversation with someone named Joe Tolan at this outsourced IT company.
It was a bit chaotic in the beginning. Chris and I had to piece together what it would take to contact all the providers on behalf of the patients to ensure it was as seamless as possible for them to get what they needed.
I give Joe a basic idea, Joe writes the code, slap a server in my garage, and here you go, here's a website.
I started using it and records started coming in. Okay, that worked. Let's see what else it can do. Who else may want to try it out?
Who needs their medical records more than anyone? The injured. And they're asking us the question, can you please help me? Of course we can. I get fired up, of course we can. How much will it cost me? It will cost you nothing. ChartSquad doesn't charge patients to access their records. You can, with a few clicks, securely share those with anyone you choose. A new physician, an attorney, your insurance agent, whoever needs them. No longer are they controlled by your healthcare provider, and no longer is the lifespan of those records 7 to 10 years. They're yours forever. We find legal seminars with attorneys so that they understand, whoa, hold on a second. My patients can be empowered with their own civil rights to speed up the time in which it takes me to work this case, lower the case costs for the patient, and improve the entire process for their law firm. And all of a sudden, the records are flying in, your costs are dropping, and your patients are getting larger settlements, and they're getting them faster. You don't have any cases on your docket anymore. You better get some more cases. Guess what? Your firm grows.
Not every case requires the same level of records, but that's where ChartSquad comes in. It starts with our legal team. Paralegals, professionals look through all of the documents and tell you what should be there or what's missing. That is key.
ChartSquad has a nationwide 15-day turnaround time. It is the fastest. You're going to be helped by a group of people that want to help you.
We speak to attorneys about how we can completely change their operations and become a better advocate for a plaintiff. And for people, they can become a better advocate for their own health.
You know, it started with her, who's now my wife and mother of 3 kids. It started with one employee. That employee had to believe in the passion that I had for this mission.
We've had people working for us since day one. Our very first employee is still here.
I'm their first employee, being trained by Chris and Melanie in their garage.
That employee turned into 2, and that belief grew. And that turned into 3 and 4, and that belief grew. And the mission was always driven by a passion, and that's the core of ChartSquad.
I am blessed with a family that loves our mission. Like, I'm getting goosebumps because I love these people so much.
Family values and company values, I absolutely think they're the same. At ChartSquad, family first. That's our culture. Family first.
Everybody gets along very well. We've got the pets here. Sometimes we've got the kids here.
Chris and Melanie are great fun. All of our colleagues, we have a laugh.
You work for a company that takes care of you and treats you with such respect. All you want to do is give that respect back and do the best job you possibly can.
Chris and I learned that we each have different talents here.
We're a dynamic team because she brings all of the legal expertise and I bring all the compliance and the technical side of things. The combination of those two things end up being very powerful results for the patient.
For 13 years, we've been communicating with medical providers across the entire country, collecting data, making friends. We are more educated, more personal. Every single person here knows what they're fighting for and how to fight it.
The principal focus for ChartSquad is to bring civil justice to patients. And the big guys dominate the market and they feel they're untouchable, and we just keep hammering and hammering away, and we're making a difference, and we're not going away. We're not going to quit.
It's crazy to me to think about, a few years ago when I first joined, I never imagined the growth that we would have.
I'm thrilled about, and I couldn't be more excited to have all of you here to hear about the plans that we have.
Helping lawyers and law firms help other people feels amazing. The value is, oh my gosh, somebody's gonna get the care they need because we got them their records.
Watching that value from her perspective was moving for me. And our baby, this little company called ChartSquad, is the one driving that.
I don't know a lot of couples that could do this, but I get to spend every day at work and at home with my partner in business and in life. We get to be right here, accomplishing this mission, doing it together.
We often talk about how much fun this actually is, making a difference. And that's what we're doing. It's a blast.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's a blast.